What's good, YouTube? My name is Mary Kay, and welcome to Mary Kay Confidential. Today's video is a part of a three-part series all about starter locks. Part 1 is about what you should do to your hair in preparation for locks. Part 2 is all about the day of starting your locks. And part 3 is all about what to expect during that first month after you started your locks. So if any of those topics interest you, please stay tuned. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to part 3 of this three-part series. Today's video is all about what to expect in that first month now that you've started your locks. The first thing to expect during this month is for this to be an adjustment. You may be used to your hair being big and fluffy, and now you have these tight comb coils or two-strand twists, and it's an adjustment. You're not used to seeing your hair this way. So if you feel slightly uncomfortable or even maybe a little insecure with your new hairstyle, that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Know that it's going to take a little bit of time for that hair to start to mature and to start to thicken up. And over time, you yourself are going to adjust to your new hairstyle. I am currently 3 months into my lock journey. Now, when I started, the first 1 to 2 days, I wasn't sure if I had made the right decision. I was used to my hair being big and flowy, and now I had little small tight comb coils, and I just didn't know if this was going to be for me. But I said to myself, give it at least a month and then make your decision on whether or not you're going to keep them. And I'm so glad that I decided to do that because number one, that gave me a sense of, okay, it's okay, we're trying this, and if you're still uncomfortable, it's okay to go back to how your hair was before. But at least give it a fair shot, a fair opportunity to see how you like your hair in locks. And I'm so glad I did that because now I couldn't see myself with loose natural hair again. Locks is the best thing I've ever done to my hair. And if you are uncomfortable, it's okay to maybe wear turbans or wigs or head wraps or scarves until your hair starts to mature a little bit and you feel more comfortable with them. It is your hair and it's your journey, and whatever you choose to do to get you through this first month is completely okay. During this month, also expect to experience a lot of frizz and your hair unraveling at the root. This is because your hair is used to being loose. It's not used to being in comb coils or in two-strand twists. It's used to being big and fluffy and able to roam free. So it's not used to being in this format, and it's going to fight you a little bit before it starts to behave. So don't be alarmed when you experience some type of unraveling or frizziness. You may even experience some lock slippage, meaning the lock completely going back to a loose format. Now, if your locks were started by a loctician, you may have to wait until you see your loctician again. But for me personally, I did experience 1 to 2 of my locks giving slippage, and I did go ahead and correct them at that time by dampening the hair and going back in with that comb and reinforcing that lock. If you're able to, leave your hair alone as much as possible during this first month. If you have to wear wigs, turbans, head wraps, baseball caps, as long as you're keeping that hair undisturbed, that way you're not interrupting the process of the hair trying to come together. Also during this month, make sure to keep your hair moisturized. So every morning I wake up and I give my hair a good mist. That way I'm keeping my hair moisturized. I don't have to worry about any dryness. Now, if I have some issues with my scalp, I will go in with some oil and make sure that my scalp is lubricated as well. So whatever your product of choice, be sure to keep that hair moisturized. But keep in mind that you're trying to disrupt this hair as little as possible. That's why I opt for the mist, because I'm not actually touching my hair when I mist it. Now, most people don't do their first wash after they start their locks until they are at least 3 to 6 weeks old. This may seem like a really long time to not wash your hair, especially if you normally wash your hair once a week, or if you work out, then you may be tempted to wash your hair. But you don't want to wash it too early because you don't want the locks to slip. The whole purpose of waiting a few weeks before you do your first wash is to give your hair time to start coming together and getting used to being in this new format. It also gives your hair time to possibly go ahead and start budding. Once your hair starts to bud, the odds of lock slippage will decrease dramatically. There are a few things that you can do to your hair in the meantime before you go into that first wash. The first thing I would suggest is possibly a dry shampoo. There are several brands that make dry shampoo. Another option would be witch hazel. I know what you're thinking, witch hazel in my hair? I took 1 ounce of witch hazel, 1 ounce of water, and I added a few drops of peppermint essential oil and tea tree essential oil, combined them together and made a nice spray for my scalp. Once I sprayed my scalp down, it immediately soothed any itching or any urge to wash my hair. Another recommendation, if you're concerned about the way that your hair smells, would be to use other essential oils that are known for their smell. So for instance, 3 of my favorite essential oils specifically for the way they smell would be lemongrass, jasmine, and rose. All 3 of them smell wonderful in your hair. I would have to say lemongrass is my personal favorite and jasmine is a close second. And it will help your hair to stay fresh until you reach that first wash. And my last tip for this first month of your locks, do not expect your locks to look like mature locks. It's going to take time. It is a process. I'm sure you're tired of hearing that. It is a process and it's going to take time for your hair to start to bud and form into those mature locks. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope today's video provided you with enough information to help you feel confident during your first month with starter locks, and also to give you tools as to what to expect so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. If you just so happen to watch today's video prior to watching part 1 and part 2, I will be sure to link those below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.